In the last lecture, we have seen the comparison between integration and differentiation. Now, we'll start with the methods of integration. We have discussed integrals of those functions which were readily obtainable from derivatives of some functions. It was based on inspection, that is, on the search of a function capital F whose derivative is small f, which led us to the integral of small f. However, this method, which depends on inspection, is not very suitable for many functions. Hence, we need to develop additional techniques or methods for finding the integrals by reducing them into standard forms. Prominent among them are methods based on the first one is integration by substitution. The first one is integration by substitution. Second one, integration by partial fractions. Integration by partial fractions. And third one, integration by parts. Integration by parts. So today we'll start with the integration by substitution. Now we'll start with integration by substitution. Some functions can be integrated directly by the use of standard integrals, while there exist some functions which cannot be integrated directly but can be reduced to the standard integrals by proper substitution, that is, by the introduction of a new variable. So the method of evaluating an integral by reducing it to standard form by a substitution is called integration by substitution. It's called integration by substitution. Getting? Now in this we'll see a special form. If integration of f of x dx is equal to capital F of x plus c, then integration of f of ax plus b dx is equal to capital F of ax plus b upon a plus c, where a is non-zero. Okay, so here what we have done, that the x is replaced with ax plus b, that is the linear equation in x. Okay, and same, its integral is capital F of x, so its integral is capital F of ax plus b. Now what is a here? A is nothing but derivative of ax plus b. Derivative of ax is a and derivative of b is 0, so we are not writing a plus 0, so we will write a directly. Understood? So now we'll prove this. Now to prove this, put ax plus b equals to t. Okay, then we'll differentiate on both the sides. What we are getting? A into dx is equals to dt. Understood? Now what is dx? Dx is equal to 1 upon a dt. Getting? Now the integral will be integration of small f of ax plus b dx. Now will change it in a variable t, so it will be f of t. What is dx? Now we are putting ax plus b as a t. Now dx will put 1 upon a into dt. 1 upon a into dt. Getting? So it will be 1 upon a. We have integration of f of x is capital F of x. So it will be capital F of t. This 1 upon a as it is, and plus c, where a is non-zero. Getting? Now we'll resubstitute the value of t. It will be 1 upon a f of capital F of ax plus b plus c, where c is a constant of integration. Understood? Getting? Here we can rewrite this form as the integration of small f of ax plus b dx is equal to capital F of ax plus b upon this a we can write as a derivative of ax plus b with respect to x plus c. Okay.